Hi guys and welcome to another review of V-Cars. So today I've sat in the TATA Altroz. This car comes in two engine options, a 1 litre petrol with a 3 cylinder of course and a 1.5 litre diesel with 4 cylinders. So this car starts at 7.6 lakhs and goes all the way up to 12 lakhs. This is Bangalore, on-road price Bangalore. So this car can be compared with the Hyundai i20 and the Maruti Suzuki Baleno. So if we take the new facelifted Baleno under consideration, among all these three cars, I personally feel the Baleno happens to be the better buy, as the styling is better in Baleno, fit and finish of materials in the interior is better, and it gets new features which is useful these days, such as heads-up display, etc.
Hi guys and welcome to another review of V-Cars. So today I'm going to be reviewing this 2022 Tata Altroz. So this is one of the safest cars to be made in India with a global NCAP rating of 5 stars. So this car happens to be the XZ variant, which is the top end variant. Let's open the engine bay. So this particular car which I'm reviewing is powered with the 1 litre petrol engine which gets a 5-speed manual gearbox. So you get an automatic gearbox option as well. So the motor is quite refined. You get insulation as well. So this car is equipped with projector headlamps, but the parking lights and the fog lamps happen to be halogen. It gets LED DRLs as well. It gets chrome and black inserts here and there around the headlights and other parts of the car as well, like the doors. The cuts and creases on the bonnet are impressive. This car stands on 16-inch wheels. So it gets a 15-inch spare wheel, which is not an alloy. I like the design of the alloys. It's quite decent. So you get a dual tone rear part, which is black, and of course the body paint. The tail lamp part, which is in black, I think it could have been designed a little bit in a better way. So you get a reverse parking camera. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the rear design of this car. The boot carrying capacity of this car is 345 liters, which makes it get the largest boot in the segment. And the access to the boot is also easier because the loading lip of the boot of the Baleno and the i20 is slightly high, which makes access to the cabin a little difficult. So the rear door handle sense has been taken from the Swift. The door handles are hidden near the C pillar. So this car gets 90-degree opening doors. So here we can see improvisation in Tata's engineering. So this makes access to the cabin easier, but sometimes it isn't practical because to close the door you need to completely stretch out your hand and close the door. So it doesn't get a hump in the between, which can accommodate a third person. You get a 12-volt charging socket and two AC vents for the rear passengers. Dual tone plastics everywhere. And of course a rear center armrest with two adjustable headrests as well. So talking about the legroom, it's quite decent. Headroom could have been better. And sometimes you may bump your head to the roof while getting in and out of the car. So the roof lining could have been a little higher. So I love the mechanism, the way in which you open the rear doors. It's it's way better than the one which is there in the Swift. You get a request sensor for the front driver door, and of course this is a Tata, so you have to expect Easter eggs here and there. So this car gets umbrella holders. Let me show you near the bottle holder. Yeah, yes, that's the umbrella holder. So it can't accommodate big umbrellas, but small ones it surely can. Some hard plastics here and there. So these are the buttons for the front and rear fog lamp, and that's the engine start stop button. It gets a leather wrapped steering wheel. So this is what I was saying, you need to completely stretch your hand to close the door. So let's start this vehicle. There the engine rose to life. It does a full swipe up and it shows Tata symbol with graphics, of course, and it shows you the position of the steering wheel as well. The speedometer could have been better because we've seen this in the Harrier and other Tata cars as well. They could have done something different. It gets automatic headlamps, which has become a basic feature these days. So I love the design of the steering wheel. It gets a flat bottom steering wheel. So these buttons on the left, it's for the audio controls. It gets voice commands as well. And this is to browse through the multi-information display. It shows you the real-time power and torque produced by the car. So you get a physical button to open the glove box, and there you get another Easter egg. There's the peacock symbol. The glove box is big enough. It gets a shelf as well, which makes easier to store stuff. So as I said, it gets a 5-speed manual transmission. The gear is nice to hold and it's soft to shift as well. So this car is equipped with a reverse camera with adaptive guidelines, of course. The graphics of the camera could have been better, and also at this price point I expected a 360-degree camera because its competitor the Baleno gets a 360-degree camera. So this car should have got that at this price point. It gets multiple drive modes.
City drive mode activated.
And the car actually says which drive modes it is in. Let me show you.
Economy drive mode activated. City drive mode activated.
So that's actually cool. So this is the 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which gets Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. So changing the themes of this is the fun part. So once you change this theme, the color of the the color of the digital speedometer also changes. Let me show you. There, the color of the rev counter changes. That's actually a cool feature. So you get some physical buttons as well, which makes access to the screen easier while driving. So there's a lot of glare in the screen which may distract you while driving. And this is the driving rear view monitor. So of course even this gets adaptive guidelines. So this car gets ambient lighting as well, which is clearly visible at night. So it goes all around the cabin. And the climate control information is also displayed in the infotainment system as there itself. There's no separate display for the climate control. So you can browse through various data in the multi-information display, trip data, distance to empty, etc. That's the lever for the wiper. The wipers work really well. It cleans the windscreen in no time. And the rear wiper is also big enough to clean almost the entire rear windscreen. So yes, it gets a front center armrest, which gets the magnetic system, closes with a click. So you don't get a mirror on the driver's side sunshade, but you do get on the passenger side. No auto dimming inside rear view mirrors. These are the automatic outside rear view mirrors. The shape of the mirrors could have been better. So this, you get a 12-volt charging socket and a USB socket. So access to these two sockets is quite difficult. Could have been placed in a little higher where access is easier. So the locking system of the door is pretty unique. There the door locks and it unlocks. We've seen this in other older cars as well. If I'm not wrong, the older Ford Icon had this. So the length of this car is 4000 millimeters and the width happens to be 1700, which is quite decent for Indian roads. And the fuel tank capacity of this car is 37 liters. And Tata claims to offer you a mileage of 18 km per liter. So guys, this was my review of the Tata Altroz. I hope you enjoyed it.